Bullets fly at Clackamas Town Center.
And it sounded like firecrackers.
Damian Lillard's brother, one of the victims.
It's really sad.
Tonight, the search for the shooter.
Middle East royalty meets a tech icon. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia visits Seattle. Why he's meeting with Bill Gates.
One big cat and one really nervous tourist. How this close encounter with a wild cheetah came to an end. KGW News at 6 starts now. Our top story, the Blazers tip off in less than 2 hours, but tonight their star player's little brother is in a hospital bed.
Damian Lillard's half-brother Jarrell was shot outside the Clackamas Town Center last night. He survived, but now the hunt is on for the shooters.
KGW's Maggie Vespa is live near the mall with the latest. Maggie?
Yeah, Joe, deputies in the last couple of hours just confirming that 20-year-old Jarrell Lillard, who is from California, is now stable in a local hospital. This after surgery overnight to treat what we're told are multiple gunshot wounds. Now, this happened around 9 o'clock last night in this parking lot right here at the Clackamas Town Center. And safe to say, deputies really want to find these guys.
It was a lot of gunfire, and that's scary. I mean, it really is.
Scary and unsolved. Deputies want you to see these images caught on surveillance cameras at the Clackamas Town Center last night. These two guys, both African American, they say, and both in hoodies, are the shooters. This car's window shattered by bullets.
And it sounded like firecrackers.
It took neighbors a minute to figure out what happened and who was hurt.
They had shot somebody like NBA players, brother, and stuff like that.
Turns out the man shot is the younger half-brother of three-time NBA All-Star and Portland Trail Blazers point guard Damian Lillard. Jarrell Lillard, seen here with Dame on Instagram, is 20 and lives in California. Last night, deputies say he was walking to his car outside the Clackamas Town Center when these two men opened fire. Jarrell ran into this Macy's home and furniture store, wounded, for help. He had surgery overnight and should be okay. Today, in that same parking lot, shoppers told us they don't feel quite as safe here.
The environment's kind of sketchy nowadays. I like kind of being closed off.
This from a fan wearing his Lillard jersey and thinking about the timing for the Stars family. Just yesterday, Damian Lillard became a dad. His first child, a son, Dame Jr. Now a new father who hours after that birth almost lost his little brother.
When he's up in the spotlight, it is hard to see him as a normal person because he has so much fame and he's really famous. It's really sad.
It's been a crazy 24 hours for sure for the Lillard family. Now we're watching Twitter right now because we were just told a couple of hours ago, the Blazers told us that Damian Lillard tonight, despite all of this that he's gone through in the last 24 hours, is planning to do his normal locker room interview routine before tonight's 7:30 game against the LA Clippers. KGW's Orlando Sanchez is at the Moda Center standing by waiting for that interview. And guys, we know he's talked about personal issues in the past, so that could very well happen tonight. We'll keep you posted. For now, back to you.
Well, we look forward to hearing from him, and we sure hope police find the people responsible for the shooting. Thank you, Maggie. A tragic accident to tell you about in North Portland. A construction worker was crushed to death on a job site on North Mississippi near Failing. It happened this afternoon. A witness said he saw a front loader fall on top of a man. Police say they do not believe there was any foul play.
The investigation continues into the fatal crash along the California coast that may have killed an entire family from the Northwest.
It happened in Mendocino County, California. This is the spot where investigators say 38-year-old mothers Jennifer and Sarah Hart drove off the cliff and into the Pacific. They were found still strapped in their seatbelts. The bodies of 3 of their children were also found, but investigators are still looking for 3 other children, including Devonte Hart. In 2014, Devonte was captured in this viral photo showing him hugging a Portland police officer. Investigators say the search for the 3 missing children is difficult because the SUV could have been there for hours and the ocean current is strong. It's been 4 days since the GMC Yukon was discovered. Police are also looking into the family's trip, which some say came on the same day child welfare workers were trying to contact the mothers. They were investigating abuse and neglect allegations. We will continue to follow the investigation in California and in Woodland. We'll bring you updates here and on KGW.com and the KGW app. Well, check out this beautiful sight this morning. Just before 7:30, look what Sky 8 spotted. That bald eagle perched on a tree on Ross Island.
Probably enjoying another mild day. Chief Meteorologist Matt Tofino is here now with more on how the Easter weekend's shaping up. Matt?
Yeah, no doubt doing some fishing there too. And you know, the Easter weekend, Joe, is shaping up pretty good. We've got a few speckles on radar here, but that's not even reaching the ground. Salem, you may get a raindrop or two, but there's really not much to that. You look outside though, plenty of clouds. This is the Reserve Golf Course. You see a little bit of crease of clearing out towards the Coast Range, but generally we're looking at a lot of clouds for the Easter weekend. Tomorrow, I think they break up a bit, especially in the afternoon. That'll help us get a little warmer, up to about 64. On Sunday, partly sunny early, then the clouds increase late in the day and we'll probably see some showers late. But for sunrise services, everything going on Easter morning, we should be dry. Next week's forecast, spring break in Washington a little later. Back to you.
Matt, thanks. You may have noticed some fencing installed on the east side of the 99E viaduct in southeast Portland. PBOT said they installed the fencing because of reports of criminal activity in that area. Specifically, they said people are breaking into a nearby warehouse and stealing property and also putting the bridge structure at risk.
A Hawkinson High School sports trainer faced a judge today. He's accused of sexual misconduct with a student. 26-year-old Jason Meharry is facing 3 counts of sexual misconduct with a minor. That minor is a Hawkinson High School student. Meharry is not allowed to have contact with that student. The Clark County Sheriff's Office arrested Meharry yesterday. According to the school district, administrators heard about the alleged inappropriate contact last Friday. Leaders immediately placed him on leave and sent a letter home to families. The district also called the sheriff's office. The prosecutor's office says Meharry took advantage of that student's trust.
Any allegations of things going on in a school to students are very important, and we take them very seriously, and they are serious criminal charges associated with them.
Meharry's bail is set at $10,000.
A woman attacked and robbed on the Park Rose Transit Center Max platform is talking about what happened, and police are asking for your help tracking down the attacker. KGW's Art Edwards joins us live from Northeast Portland with more on what happened. Art?
You know, this is really surprising, partly because of the time of day it happened. It was 2:30 on a Monday afternoon when the attack happened, not the time of day most people would expect. Now, this masked platform, along with many others, does have cameras that you can see right here, and those cameras may hold the key to finding the attacker. This is the guy captured on security cameras, and the guy police want you to look for. He's middle-aged, about 5'6" and 180 pounds, with scruffy brown hair and a white mustache. He was wearing a San Francisco Giants jacket during the attack. The victim says she got off the Max train here and saw him standing around.
He just charged at me and saying something, and I don't know what he said initially, but he was saying, "I'm gonna rape you right now, right here."
He also threatened to kill her. That's why she's not revealing her identity. She says he demanded money and her identification. She gave him $15 and tried her best to fight him off.
I was shouting at him in my prayer language as hard as I can, and then I was thinking, this is not happening. This really is not happening. So I was fending him off as far as I can. He was shouting, he says he's gonna kill me, beat me. And
someone driving along the freeway saw the struggle and called 911. By the time police got here, the man had left. The victim was still here and started working with police. Her physical injuries were not serious, but she is shaken by the ordeal. The Park Rose Transit Station is busy, used by buses and the Max Red Line. People hearing about the attack are shocked.
It's getting worse. The world is getting worse everywhere in the world, not just Portland. I mean, it's so sad. It's hurtful. And I mean, just breathe beyond it. It's difficult. It's hurtful.
Now, Portland police say they do believe that the suspect is homeless, spends time in East and North Portland. TriMet is now offering a $1,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest in this case. If you know anything, you're asked to call Portland police. Back to you.
Thank you, Art. A setback tonight for the Trump administration and a victory for DACA. A federal judge sided with Washington State's challenge to the Trump administration's attempt to end the immigration program. DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, shields people from deportation if they immigrated to the U.S. as children. The White House has said it wants to end the Obama-era program. Last year, Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson challenged the White House's decision. And today, a federal judge agreed with Ferguson, citing what he called President Trump's, quote, overt expressions of prejudice.